Hello everybody, I'm Titania Dioxide, and today we are playing on the Carpe Noctem Minecraft server. Last we left off, we had just finished making our bubblevators for our mine. At the end of yesterday, we got it to the point where we can go down to whatever level we want within our mines, and hop out and go to whatever other level we want. Okay, this one clearly isn't working, I'll have to fix that. But that's what today is about. If you notice, a lot of these areas are pretty ugly. Like, we don't really have any decoration, it's not consistent, we've got gravel on the walls, for goodness sake. So, today is gonna be all about beautifying our area. I spent some time in creative mode figuring out a nice little design for these areas. So, let's get resource collected. Let's do some deforestation. I also need to go get some special ores. Oh, I pressed the button, but it didn't start recording. Y'all just missed the best thing. I have been digging around for probably 2 or 3 hours now, but I was just talking to my mom on the phone. Mom, say hi.
Hi.
And I was just talking about how I'd been trying to dig to find stone, diamond, ore. I just found a pair of them, and it's wonderful. Perfect timing. Thank you, Mom, for being my good luck charm. My armor's getting pretty beat up, so I'm gonna keep digging and then eventually TP home. So, let's do this hallway before I explain to you what exactly I'm trying to do. So this is our hallway. I tried a new style time-lapse here, hope that you liked it. And this is why we needed all of these ores, because each of these ores symbolize one of the floors that we can get down to. This spruce is just the top floor. Over here, we're going to have some diamond ore. I had placed one, but I broke it with my fortune pickaxe, and I'm reeling from that. But we've got our diamond level, our mob farm level, our gold level, our Y0 level, our iron level, our copper level, and our top floor up here. Added a little bit of storage back here. We've got some support beams. I've got a similar design, but in deep slate and warped wood fences for downstairs. But we've got to head down to the copper level and get this layer figured out too. Okay, so in that time lapse, you probably saw me going up and down a bunch of times, and I want to explain why that happened. At the beginning of this season, I decided that if I started a project, I needed to finish it. If I did a project, I needed to do it right the first time. I didn't want to leave any projects that were half finished or just done poorly. I wanted to make sure that everything that I did actually got finished, and that's why I am focusing so hard on this fixing up of this area during this episode. I didn't do it right the first time. If I'd been smart about it, then when I'd first made the 7 holes, or even before I started filling in these hallways and their design, I would have gone and made sure that the walls for the holes actually looked good. I was thinking, oh, the only time that we'll ever actually see anything is when we're in the hallways. It'll be fine to just have the stone bricks, behind the actual openings. But no, when you jump down these holes, you see everything. Especially when you're going up. You see the ore, the granite, the dirt, the diorite. And that's ugly, and it's not good for videos, and it just feels bad. When you go up and down these things, you want it to be one nice smooth color. So, I am doing it right the second time. So what I'm doing is, on each of these holes, I'm having to break the walls and replace them with the stone bricks. So, despite having spent a couple hours on this room, I'm basically having to tear apart a decent chunk of it. But that's what I've got to do, and so I'm doing it. Alrighty, all of these holes are nice and consistent. I think I have to make a couple of edits to the ore placement and add the ore in a couple of places, but let's get these last details buttoned in, like fixing these lights, and then we'll head downstairs and we will take care of those hallways down there. And I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that is every floor. Starting from the bottom, we have our lovely diamond level. And we have all of the levels marked out with the ores going up to the mob farm level. Going this way, this is where our rail cart is going to go, and I'm going to put a dispenser there for the actual rails. I also added a little alcove here. Not sure what's going to go there. Maybe some crafting tables, maybe some shulker boxes. We'll see. Up to the gold level. This level is pretty standard except for the fact that it opens into a cave. So I decided to do some nice designs here out on the outside instead of trying to actually enclose. On our Y0 level, we've got a couple furnaces, our little hallway that leads up to Y8, which I'm not going to worry about at all, and a tiered system for our storage instead of a regular one. On the iron level, this is our first overworld colors, our first upper level colors. This one is a very, very standard version. If we go up to copper level, we've got a nice little strip of oxidized copper on the ground, as well as underneath the chests, and a crafting table and furnace in the wall instead of near the chests or near the entrance. And finally, our top floor. This top floor has a nice little mini auto smelter. This one's to make the charcoal, and instantly goes in there. And then we can smelt up a couple things as we need. I do think that each floor's variations help make it a nice, unique experience. But I do think that's all that we've got time for this episode. But I do think that next episode we're going to focus on this little squatty tower. I'd like to make that probably about twice as tall as it is right now. But in the meantime, I have had a lovely time building with y'all, and I hope that you guys have as well. I'll see you all around next time. Bye!